morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody this wonderful Thursday morning? Hope your week's going good. Hope you've taken time for yourself along the way. Don't forget to tell yourself in the mirror the three things or two things that you like best about yourself. Can make it three. I go back and forth between two and three, and always something you wish to improve on yourself. Positive thoughts, positive feelings. There is nothing wrong with who you are as a person. This is about making you better for you, not for somebody else. Sorry, I just slammed my knee into my desk and I had just gotten this knee healed. Yep, cracked it back open again. Oh well, is what it is. So, let's see what our word for the day is. I need some ideas on what you guys want me to talk about. Otherwise, I'm going to start going on with the things that I think we could improve on as a country. Word for the day: ingratiate. To ingratiate yourself with others is to gain their favor or approval by deliberately doing or saying things they like. Ingratiate is usually used with and is often, though not always, used disapprovingly. Scam artists often have an uncanny ability to ingratiate themselves with their victims, using subtle flattery that only seems obvious in retrospect. Think about that for a second. Although she was nervous to be the new girl in school, Emma quickly ingratiated herself with her classmates through her effortless charm and kind demeanor. So, not always a bad thing, but you know, people want something from you, they're going to grease the wheels, so to speak. Flattery, telling you what they believe you want to hear, things like that. Most of our politicians have learned how to ingratiate themselves on us. So, how can we change this? Well, one of the things we can do um, is push for term limits and push for term limits to be voted on. If it's voted on by the people and that they see that the people want this, then it will happen. Um, most states have term limits. I will review, but I believe that that is true. Um, state senators' term limits. Oh, oh, state senators means for the, okay. 16 states with limited state. Oh, so some do, some don't. Some states have imposed, 16 of them have imposed term limits on their state senators. So, like Arizona, for one, has set them. Maine, Michigan, Missouri, Montana, South Dakota. Once a state senator serves the maximum number of consecutive term, usually 8 to 12 years, they must leave office. They may run again after a break after 2 years or run for a different office. Hence why we get more from the states, from these 16 states that run for the U.S. Senate versus just the state Senate. They've earned their stripes, so to speak, in the state and gone on to federal. We really, really, really need term limits on our senators. We really do. see, U.S. Yeah, currently there are no limits for senators, unlimited 6 terms, provided they continue to win elections. I think 2 terms, 12 years, is more than long enough for a senator to be in office and for him to be helping to groom his replacement. I I don't understand why we don't have term limits on these people that are making our decisions for us. As times change, so should our leadership. If our leadership is stuck in a rut with the same people getting reelected time after time after time, and look, they sit for 6 years in the Senate, which means they have 5 years that they're not running for office. So why aren't we doing term limits? Why is it such a big deal that these people are in here? Sorry, my coffee is ready to make. That they're in their office until they're in their 80s and 90s. Not that I think 80 and 90-year-olds can't function at that level, but does an 80 or 90-year-old person have their hand on the pulse of somebody that's in their 30s? Think about that. We as a people have been re-electing the same people time after time. And why is that? 73 million not voting. It's not always that high, but how many people vote in the middle elections? I didn't until this past year. Why? Because I didn't realize how big a deal it was for our local and state representatives to represent my thoughts and feelings. I thought it only mattered what was in Congress and the Senate in DC, that they would make the changes that would make the difference in my life. But that's not true, because we're seeing it right now. The Conservative Party is stacking local and states with their conservative people so that the people that they want get elected, and that the people that we would rather see can't get elected because there's not enough people to vote for them. There are a lot of undecideds. There are a lot of us that are in the middle of the road that are like, we don't like this one, we don't like this one, who do we vote for? Our system is set up so that we eventually don't get a choice. I don't know how that can change. I've heard several ideas on things of ways that it could change. But are any of them realistic? I don't know. But I do know that we have to start local. We have to get involved local. Once we get involved local, then we can stretch out and grease the wheels for those that are in the state, and then we can push for federal. We won't get term limits with the people that are in office now. Why would they want to give us term limits on themselves when they are making a lot of money doing what they're doing? Likewise, wasn't their salary supposed to reflect the median level of our country? Their salaries, so that they could help make their work better and their money better, while keeping to the servant clause of this. They are public servants. So they get a bunch of benefits that are really nice. And I'll talk about that in the next one, because this is almost 10 minutes long. Term limits. Think about it. Research it. Love you. My Valentines.